80% of areas to receive 5G coverage by 2026. MMEA expects increased criminal activities in Johor waters. Good afternoon, I'm Jessica Lee. Welcome to Updates at Noon. Now, 80% of areas nationwide is expected to receive 5G network coverage by 2026. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob said the network coverage expansion is set to be carried out in phases beginning next month.
Jadi Malaysia kita kira akan dapat kita samakan dengan negara-negara lain di ASEAN ini dan juga di seluruh ASEAN. Walaupun negara lain telah pun memulakan 5G, tapi kita percaya apabila pelancaran yang kita akan buat pada Disember 2021, kita tidak akan ketinggalan berbanding dengan negara-negara lain.
The Premier added that the 4G network coverage in populated areas is expected to reach 100% by 2025. He said the government is taking steps to ensure that every area, every place throughout the country, including in the interior, will be fully covered by Internet 4G at the end of 2025. The Malaysia Maritime Enforcement Agency, or MMEA, is expecting an increase in criminal activities in Johor waters following the reopening of more economic sectors. Its Director General, Maritime Admiral Datuk Muhammad Zubil Matsom said among them were attempts to enter the country without valid permits. Elaborating further on the matter, Admiral Dato' Muhammad Zubair said that Johor would be the main focus due to its proximity to neighbouring countries, apart from the fact that the trade, shipping, agriculture and plantation sectors were much more prolific here compared to other states. He said the situation will pave the way for irresponsible parties to bring in foreigners through illegal routes. The MMEA Director General said this after closing Operation Redback 16 yesterday. Admiral Dato' Muhammad Zubair said MMEA will beef up patrols and increase enforcement by deploying 45 naval assets to monitor and control the country's border. Operation Redback is an annual joint maritime exercise between MMEA and the Australia Border Force to fight maritime criminal activities and curb human smuggling in the Straits of Malacca. Malacca UMNO Chief Datuk Seri Abdul Rauf Yusof has dismissed rumours about opposition from within UMNO to the appointment of Datuk Seri Sulaiman Mat Ali as the Chief Minister. He said all UMNO division chiefs in Malacca fully supported the appointment as stated previously.
Kami tidak ada masalah dan kemudian yang telah kita bersama-sama bekerja untuk mendapat sebuah kerajaan yang stabil. Oleh itu saya menolak sama sekali kabar angin tentang adanya kebelut di antara kami bagi menentang calon ketua menteri ataupun ketua menteri yang sedia ada. Saya ulangkan lagi sekali, saya bersama dengan semua ketua-ketua bahagian dalam negeri Melaka memberikan sokongan penuh kepada Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Utama Sulaiman Ali sebagai ketua menteri.
He said the appointment reflected the trust of Malacca people and that with the cooperation of all UMNO division chiefs, they would prepare for the 15th general election GE15. The state UMNO chief added that the focus now is on the new government administration. Government aims to increase MSME revenue and poverty via digitalization. Now, the government wants to ensure the revenue of micro, small and medium enterprises, or MSMEs, keeps increasing. and to eradicate poverty through the digitalization agenda. Minister and Prime Minister's Department for Economy, Datuk Sri Mustafa Mohamad, said the main objective for organising the National MSME Digitalization Empowerment Programme from the 21st to the 23rd of November this year was to further boost the MSME digitalization agenda, as well as to ensure that the MSME's revenue kept rising, which in turn would increase Malaysia's revenue. Elaborating further on the matter, Datuk Sri Mustafa said the government is keen on making Malaysia a high-income nation through the digital strategy. He also cited China as an example where they declared they do not have any more poor people in the country, as one of the strategies used to alleviate poverty was to digitalize enterprises, including in rural areas. In this regard, the minister said, among other things, the government would like to use the same strategy to eradicate poverty and make sure that the poor are taught basic digital skills to ensure they can sell their goods online to the rest of the world. The minister said this at the launch of the program by Prime Minister Datuk Sri Semasa in Berita Pahang yesterday. The program is organised by My Digital Corporation, an agency under the Economic Planning Unit of the Prime Minister's Department, in collaboration with the Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation, MDEC, and the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, MCMC. The initiative is also implemented in collaboration with telecommunications partner Telekom Malaysia Berhad, as well as the relevant ministries and agencies to increase the effectiveness in harnessing the digital economy. The Agriculture and Food Industries Ministry, or MAFI, will devolve authority to the Director of the Sabah Fisheries Department to approve Class C2 deep-sea fishing licenses commencing 1st of December. Its Minister, Datuk Sri Ronald Kendi, said the devolution of power was in line with the development of the fisheries sector in the country. Commenting further on the matter, Datuk Sri Ronald said previously licenses were approved by the Malaysian Fisheries Department Director General, but following discussions at the ministry level, the government had decided to delegate this power to the Director of the Sabah Fisheries Department. He also said that the devolution of power was done to speed up the license approval process as well as to improve the deep-sea fishing industry in the state. He said the downstream production process, which is among those in the deep-sea fisheries industry in the country, has not been widely developed.
Masih mempunyai ruang yang luas untuk dibangunkan. Ini termasuk pembangunan industri hiliran daripada penangkapan perikanan laut dalam di negara kita. Terus sekali kita ingin melibatkan pandangan dan juga sokongan daripada pihak swasta untuk merealisasikan dasar dan kehendak dan aspirasi untuk membangunkan industri perikanan laut dalam keseluruhannya.
Meanwhile, the minister added that the fisheries industry in the country is still able to meet domestic needs and further contribute to the gross domestic product. Pulau Papan and Pulau Rusukan Besar can be developed to become popular tourist attractions in the country. Deputy Federal Territories Minister Datuk Sri Jalaluddin Alias said that both islands possess their own uniqueness that should be upgraded with facilities that can draw in the tourists. Datuk Sri Jalaluddin said that he saw potential for both islands to attract tourists during his working visits there yesterday. He, however, said the facilities on the islands should be upgraded in order to be attractive to tourists, whether they are day trippers or those who want to stay a few nights on the islands. Datuk Sri Jalaluddin said the 20-acre Pulau Papan and 6-acre Pulau Rusukan Besar will be given due attention during the Federal Territories Ministry's Economic Development Committee discussions. He said that Pulau Rusukan Besar, currently managed by a private tourism operator, should be assisted by the Labuan Corporation and the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, or MOTAC, so that it can penetrate the domestic and foreign tourism markets. He also said that Labuan has the potential of becoming a tourist destination with its own uniqueness, but the provision of tourism facilities was important. He added that Labuan already had a status as an international business and financial centre, and only the tourism sector needed to be developed further. The Johor government expects about 1,440 travellers to use the Land Vaccinated Travel Lane or VTL via the Johor Causeway and the second link in the first week of its implementation. Now, His Menteri Besar Dato' Rasmi Mohamad said based on discussions between the Malaysian and Singaporean governments, the number of people using the lane is expected to rise to 2,500 in the second week and 5,000 the following week. As such, Dato' Hasni hoped that the opening of the Land VTL, which is scheduled to run simultaneously with the Air VTL on the 29th of November, will not be delayed.
Kerajaan negeri bersama-sama dengan KKM sedang menyediakan, saya boleh katakan sedang memantapkan, kita dah sediakan lama, kita dah cadang lama, memantapkan SOP berkenaan VTL Land. Terutama sekali melibatkan prosedur operasi saringan kepada pengembara yang ingin keluar dan masuk sempadan. Kedua-dua belah negara.
In principle, the state government welcomes this Land VTL initiative as it is a progressive step towards the safe reopening of the country's international borders. According to the Menteri Besar, on the 27th of September, the Johor government presented the latest SOP proposal for the purpose of commuting between Malaysia and Singapore in the Pandemic Management Technical Working Committee meeting number 37/2021. It said Malaysia and Singapore have already agreed to the gradual and systematic opening of the border to enable cross-border activities to be carried out in the safest possible way. Perbadanan Usahawan Nasional Berhad or PUNB has allocated RM100 million for a new initiative called Sustainable Accelerated Scheme or Success for its existing 200 entrepreneur partners. The Chief Executive Officer Izwan Zainuddin said the allocation for this new initiative will be financed by the internal funds of PUNB. The Success Initiative is specifically offered to existing PUNB entrepreneur partners to ensure their business continuity and sustainability in facing the challenges during the pandemic era, as well as the nation's economic recovery phase. According to a PUNB statement, initiative offers financing starting from RM100,000 up to RM1 million, and the financing scope is for operating expenditure and working capital. Successful applications will be given deferment of payment of 3 months on the principal after financing has been channeled to the entrepreneurs. The identified PUNB entrepreneurs can submit their applications and documents required online at the Success portal www.punbbiz.com.my/success. From us this afternoon in our top story, 80% of areas to receive 5G coverage by 2026. News at 10 comes on this evening on My Freeview's Berita RTM News channel. I'm Jessica Lee. Thank you for watching. Have a good week ahead.